I told y'all every vote matters. In Mississippi, for the first time in more than a decade, Republicans no longer hold a supermajority in the state Senate. This shift follows a federal judge's ruling that Mississippi's old Supreme Court election map violated the Voting Rights Act by diluting the voting power of black voters, prompting the state or forcing them to redraw the map to reflect the population better. As a result, Democrats flipped 3 key Senate seats and 1 House seat, including a major win for former Hattiesburg Mayor Johnny Dupree, who captured District 45 with about 70% of the vote. Incumbent Democratic Senator Reginald Jackson of Marks secured re-election in Senate District 11 with 67% of the vote, defeating his Republican opponent, Kendall Pruitt. And history was made in DeSoto County as Theresa Gillespie Isom became the first black woman ever elected to the state Senate from that area. While Republicans still hold the majority, the supermajority has dropped from 36 to 34 seats, meaning they'll need at least 1 Democrat to cross the aisle to pass major legislation or override a governor's veto. Joining us now is Mississippi State Senator Reginald Jackson, join us in a moment, who had to run again after 2 years because of the map. We also have State Senator-elect Theresa Gillespie Isom and State Representative-elect Justin Crosby. So, how y'all doing?
Doing well.
Glad to, let's see, can you hear us? Theresa, can you hear us? I don't think Theresa can hear us, folks. All right, Theresa, can you hear me? All right, so let's see here. Let me do a roll call here. Justin, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
All right, Reginald, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, so y'all, let me know. Let's figure out why Theresa cannot hear us. Theresa, we got you. We try to figure it out. So, control room, y'all let me know what's going on. So, but let me first start with you, Justin. Walk us through, again, for people who don't understand what was happening here. This is the result of lawyers, of lawsuits, trying to force these white Republicans in Mississippi to stop screwing over black people. And let's just be honest, this state has been screwing over black voters since 1890 with that constitutional convention.
Absolutely, sir. It's been the goal of how do we separate 1.2 million black people in one state, and it's been gerrymandering ever since I was basically a young man. What we have is that we had to have courts come in and do the job of the people, and I'm thankful because I wouldn't be here today as the representative-elect without that. So it is a shame we had to do that, but again, we're excited.
Hello.
We're excited to get to Jackson and get going.
I can't hear.
All right, so we're not sure why Theresa cannot hear. So actually, let me do this here. Control room, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let y'all try to figure that out, because so for the people who are watching, they're actually on one thread, so we can hear 2, we can't hear 1. Okay, Theresa, you can hear us now?
I can hear now.
Okay, there we go. All right. And if y'all are sitting here watching the show, stop texting Theresa so her screen doesn't go away when we're live. So we have them on a FaceTime.
Nobody's texting.
Right. Well, what happens when your screen keeps pausing, and so that's what happens. So Justin, I appreciate it. Harold as well. So first of all, Theresa, we still have you, right?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, got it. So let's just talk about what took place on Tuesday night with the election. For folks who don't understand, how big is this?
Well, on Tuesday night, we had a remarkable race there in DeSoto County. And we had a turnout on my race of 63.3%. So the people came out. We had canvassed all through the DeSoto and Tunica and Walls. So they came out and they showed that they were ready to have a change in DeSoto County.
When you say 63%, that was the total turnout, meaning 63% of the...
That was my result.
Got it.
My election result.
Gotcha. So so you won with 63% of the vote. That's what you got.
I did.
Got it.
Right.
Got it. Okay, I got it. All right, then. Justin.
Yes, sir.
And also Reginald. So Reginald, give me a sense of your race. What was that turnout, and how critically important was it for black voters to understand that it's one thing to win in the courts, but you still got to show up on election day?
All right. Well, I was an incumbent. Due to the redistricting, the lines were redrawn, and I had to run again. I did have a Republican opponent, and we were able to come to home with 67% of the total vote. But our black voter population has been taken down by about 10% from where it was. So that's a testament to the people coming out to vote. I'd wager to say that the other side did not believe that we would vote the way that we did, and we came out on top, and we won very, very big in District 11.
I'll tell you, Reginald. I'm sorry, Justin. The thing that I keep saying over and over again on this show is that where our voters are significant, we could win numerous elections. One, if we're turning out, we could stop a lot of these supermajorities by showing up and showing out. And I keep putting the number that what we should be desiring is 70% turnout, meaning if we've got 100,000 black folks registered, I don't want 40% turning out. I don't want 40,000, 100,000. I want 70,000, 100,000, because when you vote at those numbers, you win.
Right.
Absolutely, sir. And I totally agree. Again, I'm in one of the most rural districts in Mississippi. And so my turnout, I got 53% of the vote, but my turnout was 29.4%. Which is, again, a move in the right direction, but still incredibly low. I do think, though, what started this conversation, what started this movement for all of us, was that we went out and got in the streets. We went and talked to people. We localized this election. I went to a place called Woodland, Mississippi. It's been a long time since I went down a street that had no concrete, just clay roads. And they want to talk about paving those roads. They don't care about Russia, Ukraine. They want to know, hey, you are black, I'm black. Will you represent me and my interests? And I think that's what you saw on Tuesday, was that we got out, went and spoke to people, and they responded.
What is your agenda, Justin? What's your focus? What do you want to achieve?
So number one is rebuilding that bridge. I think as Democrats, nationally and locally, I think we have some rebuilding to do. I think we have to rebuild trust in our people. I think that we show that they will come out for us, but now what are we going to do? For me, that starts with the school vouchers. Again, I went to school right here in Aberdeen, where I'm from, a great public high school that you're already not fully funding. So if you're already not fully funding us, why would you have a voucher program that continues to dilute that program? And so for me, that's step one. Then the next, of course, is going to be healthcare. We have rural hospitals that are on the brink of closing. Again, these rural areas where we're from, you're already 45 minutes, an hour away from the rural hospitals. Where do we go if they close? So we've got a lot of day one issues to talk about, but I think those are two key.
Theresa, what's your agenda? Theresa, can you hear me?
I can hear now.
All right,
I couldn't hear anything when Justin was speaking.
I got you. What's your focus? What is your agenda once you get sworn in?
Well, my agenda is dealing with the full funding of our public schools and also with affordable health care. I have been a nurse and a nurse administrator of a nursing school. So being that the school system is being affected and also with the health care, those are my two major issues that I want to focus in on once I am sworn in.
And Reginald?
I echo the sentiments of my newly elected colleagues. We're focusing on public school systems and our healthcare systems here in Mississippi. We're the sickest state in this nation by far, and we're trying to get better. We have people in place now that could help us do that. So I'm looking forward to what's going on here in the state of Mississippi. I'm looking forward to getting the voters more engaged and keeping them engaged and increasing that turnout. Right now, we are seeing a change. We're seeing a change in attitude and perception of politics. The people of this state are waking up, and they know that it is time for a change. And I'm excited to be a part of that change. So my focus is to get those people more engaged and more likely to come out and vote and support the policies that will best support them in a healthy Mississippi.
All right, folks. Well, look, I certainly appreciate it. Congratulations and good luck with your newfound power. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
and I'm going to bring in our panel. Joining us right now, Michael Imhotep, host African History Network show out of Detroit. Candace Kelly, legal analyst and host Not All Hood, South Orange, New Jersey. Matt Manning, Howard University graduate, civil rights attorney out of Corpus Christi. Never even went to the University of Texas, but he's wearing their stuff. And he's not doing like I am, because I'm repping Dillard today. But glad to have that. Matt, what are y'all like, 20th or something like that? I can't even remember. It's way lower than where we are. Let me start with you, Candy. Yeah, you have nothing to say. Nothing. Not a word. Not a word. Yes.
I got something for you. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Yes. No, you don't. No, you don't, because you won't be in the playoffs. All right, Candace, I'll start with you. We keep talking about power. And again, we're going to keep emphasizing to black folks, we got to maximize our power. I keep saying, if you in a room and it's dark and there's a lamp, you got to plug it in if you want to get some light. And I just think too many of our folks we're not maximizing our power. We see what happens there. Districts were created. We turned out. Boom. They win.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of the power has to do with actually knowing the system, because you have to get into the system, and ultimately the courts do decide a lot of the changes that actually go on. Now, do you want the Supreme Court today actually deciding something on that level? You do not the way that they're bent. But this is a time where the courts did step in, and it was advantageous. But people have to understand that every time we see something like this happens, you have to take the civic lesson in it. You have to know the local politics. You have to know who's on the school board. You have to know, what it means to be a governor, what it means to kind of go up that way and actually be a representative, be a congressperson, be someone who represents your state. You have to take notice of what's going on so that you can actually get in the game. I look at all of this and tell people, look at this as a civic lesson that you never, ever got in school, that you may not have even gotten in college, no matter where you got, not today's politics. So to see this actually happen and unfold the way that it has is really quite a remarkable event. I mean, I'm wondering how they are making people feel in light of the, 38th day of the government shutdown. But it's a feel-good energy that's out there to know that those three have made it this far, very interested in seeing their agendas and how it will carry out.
Michael? Michael, we can barely hear you. Mike, your mic's not on. All right, y'all need to figure out. There we go.
Testing, can you hear me?
Now we got you. Go.
Okay. So this is a fantastic victory, and it shows what happens when lawsuits are filed to create the extra districts for African Americans. But also, when the representatives were speaking, they talked about being on the ground, communicating with constituents, communicating with voters about issues, whether it was rural hospitals, whether it was new roads, because they're dealing with clay roads. They were talking about issues that impacted them on the ground. And that's a lot different than what you'll see on MSNBC or CNN. Okay, so this is why this is important, and this shows what happens when African Americans mobilize. And my question would be, how do they keep these voters engaged? How do they keep them engaged through 2025 into 2026 for the midterm elections? I think that's extremely important.
Matt, lawyers matter.
Yeah, I echo.
Lawyers matter. Lawsuits matter, because that's what forced this change. The federal judge ruled.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Lawsuits matter, and we need to continue putting these suits in the court and making the courts make the right decisions. Now, Candace said something earlier I think is true. The Supreme Court is on horrible trajectory as we see them every time they rule in the ways they shouldn't be ruling. So, I'm glad that here you have a lower court that made the right decision, and I'm hoping that they continue to hold their ground. And what I hope comes out of this is that what we just had with the elections across the country on Tuesday, I'm hoping that the Democrats there in Mississippi recognize how much power they have and hopefully now really make the Republicans work with them and or just hold them hostage when they need to. Because I think the votes in Virginia and New Jersey and in New York City and in some other places indicate that people are okay and want the Democrats to play hardball. So now they've got better numbers to hopefully do that because that supermajority has been nixed. So I'm glad to see this, and you're right. Lawyers and courts do matter. Today is actually Love Your Lawyer Day, so y'all show me some love. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. I know you're going to say something.
What did you say it is?
Today is Love Your Lawyer Day.
Candace, were you aware of this?
National Love Your Lawyer Day. Mm-hmm.
I will say I'm not sure where you're going with this, but I'm a co-sign. Matt, I'm a co-sign. Matt, you always co-sign everything I say, so you know what? It's paying off right now.
He said I always co-sign. She's like, you don't even be thinking about what I say, Matt. You just co-sign it. Don't do me like that, Candace.
No, I'm going to co-sign what you say.
Don't do that.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Love Your Lawyer Day.
Don't do that.
I am uniquely aware.
Don't do that. Please don't do that. Oh my God, let me go to break.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase, and I'm here with a very important message. We are at a turning point in the Black community where we must have equity in the apps we use that scale to billions of dollars. But this time, we own the infrastructure, we own the culture, and we shape the future. And Fanbase is the future. Fanbase combines the free functionality of Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube into an all-in-one platform built for the evolution of social media and monetization. With over 1.4 million users, that's real proof that we are shifting the conversation of tech ownership and equity for creators. So right now, I want you to go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest today. The minimum to invest is $399. That gets you 60 shares of stock in Fanbase at $665 a share. This marks a turning point in Black ownership of social media. If we don't take this opportunity to own social media right now, we will always be customers to our own creations. And that can't go on. So once again, go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest today. We must own the platforms where our voices live, our stories matter, and where our culture drives the world. Thank you.